What story we got up first today?
Yo, chat. Listen. Am I the asshole for putting a bedtime pause on the Wi-Fi because my girlfriend's 28-year-old brother has spent nearly a decade rotting in our house playing video games?
Oh my god, bro.
All right, listen, let's do it. Around 8 years ago, my girlfriend's younger brother moved back into our house with his wife after leaving the Marines. After high school, he enlisted, spent a few years mostly doing support and base-related work, then got out. Hey, thank him for his service. His plan was to use his GI Bill, pursue a real education, and figure out a long-term career path while staying with us temporarily. We fully supported them. No rent, free housing, utilities, internet, food, and we constantly cooked meals for them. We also helped with job opportunities, resources, and encouragement. The problem is that temporary slowly became years. He never committed to school, never held a serious job, and slowly spent almost all his time gaming. He stays up until sunrise, wakes up around 3 p.m., and avoids people whenever guests come over. Meanwhile, his wife worked full-time as a cashier supporting both of them. Eventually, she cheated and left him, saying she no longer felt anything for someone who had lost all ambition and passion for life. Cheating is wrong, but I understand how resentment could build after years of carrying someone. After the divorce, he admitted he had wasted years of his life and promised he wanted to change. We supported him through that too. Then, my girlfriend's parents moved back onto the property to emotionally support him as well. The house was originally bought by them years ago before being transferred into our names, so technically it's ours now, but there's still family attachment involved. Fast forward to now, and nothing has changed. He's 28 and still spends nearly all day in his room gaming. I brought this issue up to my girlfriend multiple times over the years. Almost every time, she either gets angry at me for bringing it up or says he's working on a studying program or figuring things out. But those plans never actually happen. Her parents have also admitted they're tired of talking to him because nothing changes. At this point, I honestly feel like I'm stuck in an echo chamber where everyone recognizes the problem, but nobody wants to confront it anymore. 2 weeks ago, I quietly set a Wi-Fi bedtime pause from 12 a.m. to 6 a.m. since me and my girlfriend pay basically all utilities including internet. Honestly, I thought it would affect nobody except him because everyone else sleeps like normal adults. My girlfriend got upset because I did it without telling her. She said she couldn't sleep knowing there was tension in the house because of the Wi-Fi pause. She also explained that growing up, her grandparents controlled things in the house in ways that made her feel like she had no freedom. So the Wi-Fi situation brought back bad memories. I told her I understood that and agreed what her grandparents did was unfair. But I also told her she isn't a child anymore, and neither is her brother. This isn't parents pushing teenagers. This is a 28-year-old grown man spending nearly a decade avoiding adulthood while everyone around him financially cushions the consequences. I finally told her something that came from years of frustration. Somehow, everyone can sleep peacefully while watching her brother waste his life isolated in a bedroom gaming all night, but pausing the internet for 6 hours suddenly becomes the unbearable problem? She thinks I'm cruel towards someone who may be depressed. I think everyone has spent years enabling self-destruction because nobody wants to be the bad guy. Am I the asshole?
I think we do have an update for that one, so if y'all want to see what happened next with that older brother, put it in the comments below. We'll put that.
Now, chat. Let's get to our next story. I got one simple question.
Am I overreacting? My girlfriend wanted an apology for raising a hand against her, but I think it was justified. This happened yesterday. I was standing naked in a bathtub getting ready for my bath. Was waiting for the water to start running warm. My girlfriend of 6 to 7 years was brushing her hair with a wooden brush. I wasn't paying attention, looking mostly at the bathtub faucet. Water was oddly long running cold. When she smacked my butt with the brush. Mind you, it was a big, wooden, thick, and flat brush, which could be considered a spanking paddle. I raised my voice saying, "What are you doing?" alongside raising my hand in the air. It hurt like hell. I even told her the day earlier, when she smacked me the first time, through my pants, not to do that as it hurts. She apologized immediately. I wasn't mad after a minute. We all do some stuff without thinking, make mistakes. It might take some time to stop doing something, etc. After a few minutes, I saw she was down. I asked what's wrong. She replied that I scared her because she thought I would hit her. Then she asked Mai if I have a plan to apologize to her for raising my hand. A small argument broke out, which ended with me apologizing. I tried to explain that it was an unconditional reaction. My body got in defensive position waiting for me to process what's happening. I didn't hit her. I never did, nor did I hit anyone in my adult life. She claimed I shouldn't have raised a hand and I need to apologize. She then demanded I swear I never do it again. I felt like this whole situation was turned to make me feel guilty for it. Am I overreacting that I shouldn't need to apologize here?
Chat, what do y'all think down below? Is he overreacting? Or does he need to apologize? Let's hear it in the comments. Alright, guys. Am I the asshole for venting about my friends in a private group chat, which they found out about? Hi, everyone. I need an honest outside perspective on this because I've been drowning in guilt all day and I genuinely can't tell anymore if I'm the asshole or if I'm taking on more blame than I should. I want to be fair, so I'm going to include the moments where I messed up too. Some background on me. I'm a 20 female, I'm conflict avoidant, I people please a lot, and I've been working on these things in therapy for a while. I say this because it's relevant to the situation. Since last year, I was in a friend group at university with two girls. I'll call Maya, 22 female, and Gabby, 22 female, plus my closest friend Natalie, 20 female, who lives with them, and a few others. I also briefly dated Maya last year. Our relationship lasted very shortly and ended badly. And by that, I mean Maya asked me for a break and then never broke up with me. And when I texted her 2 months later telling her I still needed a response, she ignored me. Though, we'd been on okay terms since. A few weeks ago, things started going wrong. Maya began giving me the silent treatment, ignoring my text, not looking up when I said hi while being warm with everyone else around me, leaving without saying goodbye to me specifically while saying goodbye to others. This went on for about 10 days. Some specific things that happened during this time: she asked me to give my ticket to a book signing event I'd been excited about for weeks to someone who didn't even want to go. She ignored my text asking her to sit with me at the event while being visibly warm with others right next to her. When me and Natalie missed the lecture for a legitimate reason, they announced in our shared group chat now how nice it was that they'd formed a project group without us. When I got on the bus to a group picnic, she immediately suggested in the group chat that everyone go to her house instead. Small things individually, but together they formed a clear pattern of deliberate exclusion. During this time, I was venting about the situation privately. I talked to my mom about it, I talked to my friends at home, and I had a group chat with Natalie and a mutual friend called Luis, where I vented about what was happening. When Luis said negative things about Maya and Gabby, whom I had been having issues with for a while, and I know I should have talked to, but things seemed to be fine for a while, ... I agreed with him. We talked about being scared of having a confrontation with them, about Maya's passive-aggressive behavior, about how she'd been ignoring us. That's what was in the chat. Now here's where I messed up. Instead of addressing things directly with Maya and Gabby, I was processing everything sideways by venting to other people instead of having the hard conversation. That's a pattern I know I have, and I'm not proud of it. I also shouldn't have let Lois say negative things about them and just agreed without pushing back. That wasn't fair to them. Yesterday, I finally found the courage to reach out to Maya directly. We talked, she apologized for how she'd been treating me, explained herself, and things seemed resolved. I felt relieved. I thought we'd turned a corner. Then, today, Maya borrowed my tablet because she didn't have her phone. I handed it to her without thinking. When I got it back, I realized she had opened WhatsApp on it. She left the room with Gabby immediately after, and I knew she'd seen something. She had read the group chat with Luis and Natalie. Gabby called a group meeting. They said me and Natalie had been fake and two-faced. I understood why they felt hurt, and I apologized sincerely. I didn't bring up the things that had been bothering me about their behavior because I didn't want it to seem like I was deflecting. In hindsight, maybe I should have, but in the moment, I just wanted to take accountability for my part. They also told Natalie they didn't want us talking to Luis anymore. So, here's where I'm genuinely unsure. I know I was wrong to vent sideways instead of addressing things directly. But I know agreeing with Luis wasn't great. I own those things. But I also know that what they read wasn't fabricated. We were discussing real things that had really happened. And Maya read my private WhatsApp without my permission, which also doesn't feel okay. My therapist told me today that venting privately to trusted people is a normal human thing, that Maya invaded my privacy, and I shouldn't be taking on guilt for this. But I'm scared she's just telling me what I want to hear, and that I'm actually the asshole who doesn't acknowledge her mistakes. So honestly, am I the asshole?